Let's set this up. All right. That should work, right? All right. Hi, everybody. I'm going to try to talk slower today, although there's a lot of ground to cover here. So, I don't know. All right. As always, I will respond to comments later as I read them. I can't do it in real time generally, just because I lose focus, and I lose focus very easily. So, I thought today for this, I would just put who I'm going to be talking about to see if it interests any more people. Because I guess when I put up there, hey, I'm just randomly talking about music, you don't know what you're going to get. So, and from here on out, all the artists are very important to me. So I thought I would just go ahead and say who they're going to be. There's 14 bands left that I'm going to talk about, and we're going to do 3 of them today. Hopefully all 3 of them. Hopefully I'll be able to get to Toto, because there's a lot. But I'm going to do Toto last. Also, tomorrow I'm going to do Bon Jovi and Def Leppard, and people are going to... It's going to be interesting. That's for sure. All right. Let's get started here. I don't have a lot to say about this first guy. Again, these things that I'm down to are just things that were really important to me in my life, and there was like a through line in my existence. So, we're going to start with John Cougar. John Cougar was in my life when I was a kid. I used to play drums a lot. I'd rather be a drummer for a living. I'm much better at drums. Every time I see a live band, I want to be a drummer. That's what I was born to do. I'm much better at drumming than, well, maybe not anymore. But anyway, I used to play a lot of records as a kid on a turntable, and my parents got this vinyl collection of hit songs at the time. You know, those compilations, what was hip. And Lonely Nights by Bryan Adams was on it, Caught Up in You by 38 Special was on it, Stone Cold by Rainbow was on it, and Hurt So Good by John Cougar was on it. So that song has been in my head since I was 7, 8. So there you go. So John Cougar's been a through line my whole life. I don't know as much about him as I know about almost everybody else. Hang on, I'm chewing a lozenge. Sorry, that was terrible. What I know is that he has been a fighter, and he's been consistent forever, and he does what he does, and he does it very, very well. So he had that, and then when I started buying records, I got like Scarecrow and American Fool, and he's just a guy from the Midwest who writes very simple songs, but they're about something that means something to him. He's like, some people call him a poor man's Springsteen, or the Midwest Springsteen. He kind of does the same thing, but he does it really well. Kind of like Van Morrison, Bob Seger, Bruce Springsteen, John Fogerty. There's people that basically write the same kinds of things, but they do it over and over again. But it's, who cares, you know? Some people love that stuff. So, I'm basically just going to show you all the John Cougar records. And again, they were part of my life. And then, well, we'll go through them here. So here we go. We're going to start with we're just going to go chronologically. So there you go. There's John Cougar, The Kid Inside. I have not listened to this yet. I have no comments. John Cougar, I listened to this about 12 years ago. A Little Night Dancing is pretty good. Small Paradise is good. Taxi Dancer is weird. By the way, this is like, look at how old, look at this. I don't even know what year this first came out. I mean, it's crazy how long he's been doing this. I mean, let's talk about the breadth of his material. He's been writing and recording. He's never stopped. He's been writing and recording for like 40 years almost. It's insanity. He's, again, a singer-songwriter who just does what he does and never gave up. Chestnut Street Incident. I haven't listened to this yet, so I don't have any comments. Nothing Matters and What If It Did. I listened to this when I was in my mid-20s. Very Springsteen-esque on here with the use of the piano. Like the way the songs are arranged and the instrumentation is very classic Springsteen. But Ain't Even Done With the Night, Hot Night in the Cold Town, This Time, to MG, Wherever She May Be. Cheap Shot's got a great hook. This is a pretty good record. I would actually check this out. This is what he was doing before he got big. He wasn't big yet here, and it's just kind of rootsy rock, but I really do like it. Then comes American Fool. Everybody knows American Fool. Hurt So Good, Jack and Diane, Hand to Hold On To are all on this record. Thundering Hearts is a cool tune. So is Weakest Moments. Funny little side note about Jack and Diane. Originally, Jack and Diane was supposed to be about an interracial couple. Jack was a black man and Diane was a white woman, and that's what the song was supposed to be about. And the record company asked him to change it. They didn't force him to change it, but they presented it to him as, you know, he hadn't had a hit yet. And they're like, look, you can have a hit with this song, and then you can use that, your platform, to talk about whatever you want after that, or you can try it with this song and maybe fail. So Jack and Diane was originally conceptualized as a song about an interracial couple and what they face being an interracial couple. Anybody know that? Anybody know what Tasty Freeze is, by the way? We had a Tasty Freeze where I grew up, but was that like a chain, or it's just a good name that people use everywhere. Tasty. Anyway, there you go, American Fool. We move on to so he's found a formula and he's sticking to it, and it's good, man. Pink Houses, Crumble Down, Authority song, Play Guitar is a cool song. Golden Gates is pretty cool. So there's Crumbling Down. I like that. I really love Scarecrow. Scarecrow's a great record. When I was younger, Garth Brooks came out with an album called Scarecrow with like the exact same title, and I thought Garth Brooks was ripping him off. And now I'm older, I'm like, oh, it was an homage. But if you look it up, Garth Brooks has a record called Scarecrow, and it looks just like that. Look it up. Great stuff on here. I love Rain on the Scarecrow, Small Town, Lonely All Night, Rumble Seat, You Gotta Stand for Something. Good stuff on here. And he just never stopped, man. He kept going. There you go. John Cougar with, what is this? Lonesome Jubilee, Paper and Fire, Cherry Bomb, The Real Life. The Real Life is a great song. The Real Life, I always thought a country artist should redo The Real Life. But I don't think anybody ever will. It's just an album cut that nobody really knows. Hot Dogs and Hamburgers, Rudy Toot Toot. That's fun. But I mean, he's writing about things, about just like the struggle of being American. You know, it's very interesting, good stuff. There's Big Daddy. This one is hit and miss, but Pop Singer and Jackie Brown were pretty cool. Jackie Brown's pretty rough. But this one's okay. Nothing Matters and What If It Did. Again, he just churns out these records, man. He just churns them out. There wasn't a lot of great songs on here for me, but Get a Leg Up was cool, and Again Tonight, I like that, but that's kind of it. Human Wheels, continuing on. The song Human Wheels is really cool. I always like the song Sweet Evening Breeze. Anybody know what that is? I like that one. But again, it's kind of getting spotty for me now. In the late 80s, early 90s, he kind of got a little more spotty for me. Dance Naked was only a hit because he covered Wild Night. Other than that, I don't really like a lot of songs on here. The song Brothers is pretty cool. I like the song Brothers, but other than that, it's hit and miss. And here's yet another one. What is this one? Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky. There's some really good stuff on here. Jerry, I Saw You First, Just Another Day. That was a small hit. Large World Turning, Life is Hard. That's a good song, too. I got, by the way, does anybody else do this? I got my ticket stub in here from when I went and saw him. I put some in there like that to keep him safe. And then he put out this record. And this one, the self-titled one, his first album on Columbia Records, for whatever reason, I just listened to this one a lot when it first came out. I just listened to this for like a month straight, and I really, really absorbed this one deeply. I don't know why. I just did. So Your Life Is Now is great. Positively Crazy is great. I'm Not Running Anymore. Good song. It All Comes True. Miss Missy. Miss Missy is a great upbeat, fun song with 3 chords that never change. Like the chord progression never changes, but it's a great, fun song. Very Van Morrison. I think he's very influential by Van Morrison. Can't talk today. Break Me Off Some. Look up Break Me Off Some. It's not what you think it would be. All right, moving on. Who cares, right? Cutting Heads. Cutting Heads was good. Deep Blue Heart was good. Crazy Island. The Women's Seam. Good song. And then we move on, and then I started kind of getting less. I didn't digest as much. Oh, man, I didn't bring a watch today. That's what I forgot. Talking too much. All right, here's Freedom's Road. Someday's a good song. Ghost Towns Along the Highway. Jim Crow is an excellent song. Heaven is a Lonely Place. Ugh, there's that. And then he continues on with Life, Death, and Freedom. There's good stuff on here. If I Die Sudden. Don't Need This Body. You know. No Better Than This. And now we get into where I haven't listened to these yet. No Better Than This. The only thing I know that's significant about this is it was recorded in mono, live, in different places around the country. Just recorded all over the country in different venues, and they all sat around a mic and recorded the songs. And I haven't listened to this yet, so I have no input on this. And then Plain Spoken, haven't listened to this yet either. I don't know if he's got anything else, but look at that, man. Look at the material. Look at how much he's written. You gotta respect John Mellencamp. He's a real singer-songwriter who did it for real since the mid-'70s. He's just a poor man's Springsteen, but he's very, very good at what he does. He has a distinct voice, and he deserves respect. So I would, I guess if you don't know anything about him, I'd just go for Scarecrow, go for American Fool, that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's move on. Oh, is it spotty? I don't know. Oh, it's spotty today. Okay, I want to make sure I have enough time for the rest of this. So, now we're going to talk about one of my favorite singer-songwriters, Miss Melissa Etheridge. Melissa Etheridge is Very, very talented. If you only know the couple of hit songs that she's got, she really is worth digging into. She's really kind of like John Mellencamp. That's why I put them together. She's influenced a lot by Springsteen. She's very rootsy. She sings like she means it. She really sings like she means it. And she writes from the heart, man. She writes raw stuff. So I got into Melissa Etheridge like most people did with the Yes I Am record. This is when she broke big with Come to My Window and The Only One and all that. So I was like, I like that. I think I like that. So I listened to that, and then I started backpedaling. And this is when I was really finding myself as a songwriter. So realizing I wanted to write songs, and I was easily influenced. And she wrote about pain, and I thought I knew about pain. So I got this record, Brave and Crazy, which is her second album, which has some really tender stuff on here. You Can Sleep While I Drive. Such a sweet song. My Back Door has great lyrics. And then Brave and Crazy, You Used to Love to Dance. The song No Souvenirs is great. And she sings like she means it. So, again, let's go chronologically real quick. Here's her first record. Similar features, Like the Way I Do is the song you might know off that. Tell me, does she love you like the way I love you? She sings like, she sings with heart. Always sings with heart. Bring Me Some Water, good debut. Really love Brave and Crazy. If you like the 90s singer-songwriter acoustic kind of stuff, I would really check out Brave and Crazy, because there's some really good stuff on here. Before she broke big, she's just doing what she's doing, and she's doing it with heart. Love it. That's a good one. And then her third record I didn't really care for. Look at that. I mean, that's not her. But there's a beautiful heartbreaking song in here called The Letting Go, which it would break you to pieces. But other than that, didn't really like this record. It felt rushed and kind of thrown together. So there you go. Then here's the big commercial breakthrough, Yes I Am. The Only One's on here, If I Wanted To. Come to My Window. I never really liked The Only One, to be honest. It's just too kind of repetitive, the melody. I'm the only one. The demons from your heart and from all your promises. Just that note. She just stayed on that note. Drove me crazy. I Will Never Be the Same. Oh, that kills me. But it was a decent record, but not my favorite. What is my favorite? One of those two. And then next up was Your Little Secret. This is a good record. The song Your Little Secret is great. Nowhere to Go was a hit. Good song. An Unusual Kiss is a great song. I Want to Come Over, All the Way to Heaven is very sweet and tender. I really like that song a lot. And then it kind of loses steam for me, but good record. Your Little Secret. And then we get into like the late 90s where the acoustic stripped down stuff started taking over more. So here's Breakdown. Breakdown's a great song. Angel Will Fall, Stronger Than Me is a good song. Enough of Me and Truth of the Heart. There's a lot of good stuff on here. Oh, there's a song called Scarecrow. I'm telling you, she's kind of like Springsteen and Mellencamp influenced. Cherry Avenue is a fun song. So good also. And I'm telling you, most of these records and most of this Cougar stuff is on Amazon for $5. This stuff is all cheap now, which really breaks my heart. Here you go, Skin. This came out in like 2000, I think. 2001. This one goes back and forth. Lover Please is good. Heal Me is good. The Different is kind of creepy and weird. I Want to Be in Love is sweet. That's a good song. But it's a little spotty for me. And then this is great. Lucky is a great record. This might be my favorite Melissa Etheridge album. I think I love every one of these songs just about. There's some really killer stuff on here. And it mixes it up really nicely. Like she really does rock. And then she really is very heartfelt. And I would really recommend Lucky. I think if you don't have anything by her, I would go with Lucky. I'm going to say that's the most accessible record and the most consistent one straight through. Great stuff on here. Lucky, probably my favorite. I'm going to say that's my favorite. I think that is. Just makes me feel good. And then there's The Awakening. This is really nice. California and Unexpected Rain. Threesome is a really fun, goofy, tongue-in-cheek kind of song. Kingdom of Heaven. This is good too. She never stopped. Just like, Mellencamp, and she never stopped. She just kept making records. She still makes records. Here's Fearless Love. Fearless Love is great. Company, Miss California, Indiana. Gently We Row, which is a song for her daughter. We Are the Ones, which was from Obama's speech. We Are the Ones we've been waiting for. So there's that. Really good. I mean, she's very true to herself. I admire that a lot. And she never stopped. This is the only one I haven't listened to. I just got this. For whatever reason, it fell through the cracks, and I just got it a couple weeks ago, and I haven't listened to it yet, so I have no opinion on this. And then this one she put out last year. Very, very good. This Is Me. This is a great record. I would also maybe recommend this one because it's very accessible. Also, it's very very smooth. It's very very good. So this is very good also. So there's my Melissa Etheridge stuff. She was kind of an influence on me when I was in my early 20s and like the singer-songwriter stuff was taking over and everybody wrote about their feelings, you know, and I started picking up acoustic guitar and learning how to play a few songs. So she definitely influenced me because she wrote a lot about pain and hurt at first. But if you ever see her live, she sings every song live like she wrote it yesterday. So does Richard Marx, by the way. But she sings every song like she just wrote it, like she's feeling it today, which is very hard to do. I would definitely go see her live if you can. And I tell you what, she does old school tours. She goes out and tours a record, and she plays 2/3 of that new record. She plays all the hits you want to hear, and then she plays almost the entire new album. I saw her on this tour. She played 7 out of these 10 songs on this tour. I went and saw her on the Lucky Tour. She played like 9 songs off of this, but she played the hits. So she really goes out there, promotes the new record to her audience, but plays the hits that she has. And her audience is devoted, man. She is the real deal. So I would get lucky. Get lucky if you don't have anything by her or This Is Me. Check it out. Melissa Etheridge. Solid singer-songwriter who was an influence on me. And, you know, she beat cancer, for Christ's sake. She's a fighter, and you can tell. And her autobiography it's interesting. It's breezy, but it's interesting. All right. How long have I been talking? I should have bought my watch because I don't. Well, I'm gonna do it anyway because I said I would. Now we're gonna talk about one of my favorite bands of all time, and I'm gonna try to keep this short, but I could gush about Toto forever. Toto, every now and then, when I really think about Toto, I get into them and I digest them. I think they're my favorite band of all time. Toto. Some days, Toto is my favorite band ever. Like the band I'd want to be in. Some days. Toto is phenomenal. And if all you know about Toto is Africa and Rosanna, that's not what Toto's about. Those are the radio songs. Toto is a group of phenomenal musicians. They're studio musicians who just got together and formed a band. The musicians in Toto have played on over like 5,000 albums altogether. I mean, they are... Everyone who's watching this loves some songs that Toto has played on. You just don't know it because they're world-class musicians, world-class songwriters. They're just one of the greatest bands ever been. And they never get respect, man. They have not gotten the respect they deserve as record producers, as songwriters, as musicians. It sucks because they're really, really good and their songs are phenomenal. So let's start off with I'm going to rank my Toto records. And here's where I'm going to lose some people because my taste is a little different. And I actually looked at my rankings and was like, I can't believe I feel this way, but I do. I think ranking is more fun, though, to go from worst to best. I just think it's more exciting to watch. Before we do that, I'm going to show you a couple other things real quick. There's the Live in Poland DVD. And then Falling in Between. I couldn't find it, but I have it somewhere. Their concert video. You watch them live. I've seen them live. Oh, my God. That's a whole other story, man. Toto was broken up, and I was never going to get to see him live, and I saw them live, and I've lost my friggin' mind. It only would have been better if I could have seen him with Bobby Kimball, and I couldn't. No offense, Joseph Williams, but oh my God, so good live. And then I got this. I'm just showing you what I got. And then these don't count. The Greatest Hits doesn't count, although the song Out of Love, if you just need to cry because you're missing somebody, Out of Love. I listened to that song in high school 1,000 times and just cried and cried and cried. Out of Love is it's still, Out of Love is so beautiful. So I'll show you that, and then there's the Dune soundtrack, which I don't have much to say about because I haven't listened to it yet. And then there's this, which isn't a full-on studio record. It's just a bunch of B-sides and stuff that didn't make records, so I can't include it in the ranking. But great stuff on here. Going Home, Tale of a Man, Last Night, Right Part of Me, Miss Sun. Cool stuff on here. This is Toto 20. I would check that out. All right. Now we're going to get to the ranking. There's 12 records, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, there's 12 studio albums. I'm going from the one I didn't like the most. Not hated, because all Toto albums are good. Least favorite to most favorite. Number 12, Fahrenheit. I don't like this record. I even tried to listen to it again last year I really tried to make myself like it because it's Toto, but It's got I'll Be Over You on it, which is one of my favorite songs of all time. I'll Be Over You is beautiful. I love everything about I'll Be Over You. It's, again, that was another one that I listened to on the greatest hits and just wept. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful song. That's great. And the song Leah is great. Other than that, I don't get this record at all. The other 8 songs do nothing for me. And I've really tried. I don't get anything out of this record. But I'll Be Over You and Leah are beautiful. The rest of these songs, they right through me. So, number 12, Fahrenheit. Number 11, Tamboo. Now, there's some good stuff on here, but remember, we're talking about Toto, so all the records are good. So even the ones during the bottom of the list are still good records. Oh, I'm getting jerky. All right. Again, they really don't write songs that make you want to cry. I Will Remember is beautiful. The Other End of Time. All I Have Left is a Heart Full of Mirrors, reminding me that it's over. That's such a great line. Just the imagery, a heart full of mirrors. I don't know. Time is the Enemy. I stole Time is the Enemy. Time is the Enemy by Toto is, if you're familiar with my stuff at all, my song Too Many Roads starts with a line, I heard it in a song once, time is the enemy. That's it. It's Toto. That's where that came from. I was trying to be Toto. Well, I was trying to be Toto. I was referencing Toto. That's great. Dave's Gone Skiing. Other End of Time. Baby, He's Your Man. A little groovy little song. There's good stuff on here. It's Toto, so everything else is better. So there, 13 is that. I almost want to change it now that I'm looking at all the songs. Number 12 is Toto 14. This is the one they put out a couple years ago or last year. I was incredibly excited. They were making a new record. I mean, I still like it, but I was disappointed. Burn was good. Holy War, Orphan, All the Tears, A Scientific Transportation are good. But overall, it kind of left me a little flat. It felt like they just did it to do it. Like their heart wasn't in it. I hate to say that because it's Toto. But it didn't move me as much as some of the other stuff did. But I'm still glad they gave me new songs. I mean, I got new songs by Toto, so there you go. That's number 10. I said that wrong earlier. Number 10 is number 14. I don't know why it's called 14, by the way. It says it's their 14th record. But is it? To me, they got 12. What am I missing? Number 9, Hydra. I love some of the songs on here. Hydra's great. St. George and the Dragon is awesome. All Us Boys is great. White Sister is killer, man. When I saw them for the first time, they did White Sister. And I was, oh my God, it's such a great song live. White Sister's killer. But the other songs kind of leave me cold, but still, great stuff. And I love Bobby Kimball. Bobby Kimball is my favorite Toto vocalist. Bobby Kimball is one of my favorite vocalists of all time. Bobby Kimball is goddamn amazing. I love his voice. He's working on a new solo record right now, by the way, called I Don't Think We're in Kansas Anymore. I think is what it's called. I don't think he can still sing, but I really wish I could have got to see Bobby Kimball live. Anyway, there you go. Number 8 is, number 9. Number 9 is Toto Hydra. Awesome. Again, a lot of this stuff is on Amazon for $5. Heartbreaking. Here's where I'm going to lose some of the Toto fans, and I'm sorry. Number 8, Isolation. It's good, but I like 7 other records better. But this is when I first got into Toto and started buying the records. And I really love Stranger in Town. I got into this when I was like 23. Stranger in Town. I love the harmonies, Stranger in Town. I love the competing melodies. How Does It Feel? Great Steve Lukather song. Steve Lukather, by the way, is my second favorite lead guitarist of all time. Sometimes he's my most favorite, between him and Neil Schon, because they're incredible musicians, but they're very melodic. They serve the song. They don't just go because they can. They have these beautiful melodies and these wonderful... You can sing their solos, and that's what a real solo... For me, that's what a lead guitar player should do, is serve the song, not be fancy just because you can be. And sometimes Steve Lukather is my favorite lead guitarist, because, God, he's so goddamn good. Stranger in Town, Angel Don't Cry, How Does It Feel, Change of Heart is cool. The rest of these I don't like. Everybody really seems to like Carmen and Lion. I forgot to get them out. Okay, 10, 11, 10. So that's number 8 is Isolation. Forgive me for a second. I'm going to go out of frame. Sorry. Hang on. I have a reason. The reason is just because the point of this all started because I was showing you my stuff is because I got the Rock Candy reissues. There's Fahrenheit and there's Isolation, Rock Candy reissues. Very interesting stuff. All right, moving on. Isolation, number 8. Number 7. Here's where I'm going to lose all of you. Number 7 is number 4. I know. this is supposed to be the greatest record of all time, and it's their Sgt. Pepper's, and no, not for me. I like it. Once again, this doesn't mean it's a bad record. It means I've responded to some of these other ones more. This song for me has 5 good songs, great songs, and then 5 songs I can't care about. Rosanna, love it. Make Believe is great. I Won't Hold You Back. I Won't Hold You Back is so heartbreaking. I listened to that in high school and just cried. Oh my God. Steve Lukather can really write some really raw stuff, man. I Won't Hold You Back to this day. I adore that song. By the way, Richard Marx is heavily influenced by Toto. You can really tell in his songs. He's got a song called Flying Again. What's the song? Learning to Fly. No, shit. What's that song by Richard Marx that sounds just like I Won't Hold You Back? You don't care. I'm moving on. But I like Good For You. Don't like anything else on here except for Africa. So 5 of these songs leave me cold. So Toto 4 is number 7 for me. I'm going to clean these up. I got to clean these up. I've cleaned up all my records except my favorites. There you go. Number 7 is number 4. And again, there's a Rock Candy reissue because it's Toto and I adore them. So I will pay for it. My number 6, surprisingly, is Minefields. This was the return of Bobby Kimball into the fold, and there's some very strong stuff on here. I love Cruel, Caught in the Balance, Melanie, No Love, and there's a really great song called Better World. But it's good to hear Bobby Kimball back in the fold, and the production's really great. Cruel, by the way, my song, Don't Talk to Me, I dug a little bit. I was trying to sound like Toto. My song Don't Talk to Me is me trying to sound like Toto, and I borrowed a little bit from the vibe of Cruel, and there's like a harmony arrangement somewhere in Cruel that I used during the second verse. Toto was I wish I could write like Toto, but that's number 6 for me. It's a good record. I have no idea if this is cheap or not, because this was kind of came and went, but it's very solid stuff. I love it. Number 5. This might be more of an emotional choice than anything, just because of how often I've listened to it. But I really love Kingdom of Desire. Sorry, damn telemarketers, man. I'm getting calls every day recently about my business. I don't even have a business. Sorry. All right. Jessica, my friend Jessica, had this on tape. And I listened to it. She let me borrow it. And I was like, this is really good. This might have been the first Toto record I really absorbed. And I know that at this time, the lead vocalist was solely Steve Lukather. But there's some really, really good stuff on here that I love. Gypsy Train, Don't Chain My Heart, How Many Times, She Knows the Devil. She Knows the Devil's awesome. The Other Side, Kick Down the Walls, Kingdom of Desire, the song, which was written and produced by Danny Korchmar. You know who Danny Korchmar is, who was did Don Henley stuff and was part of... Danny Korchmar's been around forever. He's really, really good. Jake to the Bone, which is an instrumental that I adore. I love Jake to the Bone. But I love this record. I think it's just because of how often I listen to it and how deep it got inside me. But for whatever reason, this is my 5th favorite Toto record. I really love this record. There you go, number 5. Number 4 is their self-titled debut album. I love this record. I mean, this is very, very good. My favorite song is probably Girl Goodbye. How cool is Girl Goodbye? But I mean, in the Midwest, they played this stuff a lot. I grew up with I'll Supply the Love, was on the radio all the time. Anybody know I'll Supply the Love? Look it up. I'll Supply the Love is a great, fun, upbeat radio song. It's great. Bobby Kimball sings the shit out of it. I mean, it's a great song. It reeks of the 70s, and the musicianship is wonderful. But I love I'll Supply the Love. Georgie Porgy's really freaking cool, man. Manuela Run, I love Manuela Run. Goodbye Girl, and Hold the Line is on here, and Angela's on here. But it's very, very solid. I love this record. This is where it started, man. This came out, and they didn't get... they just didn't get enough respect. Toto never got enough respect, and it really angers me. But there you go. There's that, and then I got the Rock Candy reissue, because why wouldn't you? I remember my parents had this on vinyl. By the way, if you've been watching this the whole time, how cool must my parents be? How many times have I told you about my parents who had Led Zeppelin and Toto and Kiss, and they took me to Van Halen concerts and went to see Dr. Feelgood tour with me, and didn't mind that I sang in my bedroom at the top of my lungs when I was a teenager and played drums in the basement when I was a kid while they're trying to watch TV. I mean, I wouldn't be a musician if my parents had been like I would probably been. Anyway, number 4, Toto self-titled. Great stuff. All right. My number one, by the way, is going to surprise everybody. My top two is going to surprise everybody. It's just how I feel. Number three, the seventh one. I love this record. Don't be mad that it's not number one. It's still number three. All right. I like this record. Great stuff on here. Pamela, Anna. I love Anna. Stop Loving You, Mushanga. Mushanga is such a great song. Straight for the Heart, Only the Children, Home for the Brave. They played Home for the Brave when I saw them, and I was so excited that they played Home for the Brave, because I do really love that song, and there's no reason for them to play it. They just did. This is a Joseph Williams record, and no offense, and I don't hate his voice, but of all the Toto vocalists, something about his voice does not do it for me. By the way, little tidbit, Joseph Williams, who's the lead singer for Pamela and Stop Loving You, was the singing voice of Simba in The Lion King. Which was, no, I'll move on. I got a couple anecdotes when I'm done here, but I'll keep going on. Anyway, this is really, really good. I think this has got to be cheap on Amazon. I would definitely get this. It's definitely solid. I love this record. I don't know what else to say, man. Any Toto fan has got this, and if you got this, you know how good it is. Oh, I brought up my parents earlier. Never mind. Number three is the seventh one. I do get a little annoyed that their records are named the 4, 7th one, and 14. I don't like when bands name their albums a number. Never like that. All right, number two. My number 1 and 2, no Toto fans are going to agree with, and that's fine. I get it. Again, number 2 might be an emotional decision, but my second favorite Toto record is Falling in Between. Just because of, I guess, when it came into my life and how it was so wonderful to hear Bobby Kimball on the record again, and something about this record, don't know what it is, just really resonated with me deeply. The song Falling in Between is so killer. Bobby Kimball kicks in with a C note. I just want, oh my God, this big tough guitar. Just the song Falling in Between is awesome from the very beginning. I love it. I love Dying on My Feet. That's a great song when the brass all takes over at the end and they got all those great expensive jazz chords on the piano. Oh my God. How cool is Toto? Oh, I love Toto so much. God, Bottom of Your Soul is great. King of the World is great. Hooked is great. Taint Your World is killer. No End in Sight. This is really, really good. I really love this record. I don't think this one is probably cheap, but if you're a Toto fan of the Bobby Kimball stuff and you lost track of them, I would try to get this. I really love this. The production is huge on this. And for a while, it was my favorite Toto record. I really adore this. As much as I love the 70s and 80s Toto stuff and the feel of it, for some reason, this one just, I couldn't let it go. I listened to this record for months. So, Falling in Between, great stuff. Which brings us to my favorite Toto record. Does anybody know which one is left? Because it's not very, oh, by the way, here's my Rock Candy reissue. Because this is not their most popular record at all. In fact, there's no hits on this album. There's no hits or singles. There's not one song off this record that's on the greatest hits. But I love it. My favorite Toto record is Turn Back. There you go, Kenneth. Good one. I don't, again, know what it is. I love every song. There's only 8 songs, but I love them all. It's just all the way through. All the way through, and then I want to listen to it again. It's a band who's still struggling to find their footing, but the songwriting is great. The musicianship is phenomenal. Bobby Kimball is just singing his balls off, man. Everyone takes equal turn. Everyone's playing a part. I love, love, love this album. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's the feel of it, the production of it, the fact that it's obscure, but I love every one of these songs. And I got the Rock Candy reissue, which I'm very grateful for because this is mastered really quietly. But every song on here, I love. So I'm sure this is like $5 on Amazon. So if you love Toto, I would get this. Take a chance on a Toto record that very few people know about. Songs you've never heard. But Live for Today, A Million Miles Away, Goodbye Eleanor. Bobby Kimball sings these crazy notes. I Think I Could Stand You Forever, If It's the Last Night, Turn Back. It's a great, great record. It's my favorite Toto album. And pick it up. If you're a Toto fan, even marginally, or a casual one, I'm sure you don't have this one. Because this is not on the top of anybody's list on a one to buy. But because there's no hits on here. But I love this record. it lacks in production. It definitely does. It's not a very solid production, but the songs and musicianship and performances are great. When I went and saw Toto, I just was in awe the whole time. I was so grateful to see them because they were broken up. I was never going to get to see one of my favorite bands, so I would have paid anything to see Toto, and I'm very, very happy I got to. I was like a little kid the whole time. The second time I went, I paid for the meet and greet. So I was there early, and I heard them through the speakers. They were doing rehearsal, sound check, and they were in the speakers in the bathroom. And I don't think they knew that was on. So they were going over harmony parts, and they were talking to background. Steve Lukather was talking to their background singers about, now that's a 3-note there. And then and I was just losing my mind because they're talking musician talk to each other, and I'm listening to it. And it made me so happy. There was a question and answer beforehand. And to this day, I really regret the question I asked. I was just like, I asked if anybody knew that Joseph Williams was the voice of Simba, because I wanted to say I'm a musician at Disney World, because we were going to do the meet and greet after the questions. And I should have asked their feelings on crowdfunding. That's what I should have asked them about. But love them. I get to meet the guys, and I shook their hands, and I talked to Steve Lukather really briefly, and I just said thank you so much for writing real songs with real voicings. I mean, how cool Toto basically taught me how to put the third and the bass on all these songs, which I think that's where Richard Marx picked it up also, because he uses that device a lot. I just talked briefly with Steve Lukather, and I was like, I play piano at Disney World, and he's like, you make a living as a musician, you're a success. That's a great gig, and you should be great. I was like, I'm grateful every day, man. So, and I got a picture of me with him and David Page, and just the guy who wrote these guys that wrote these songs and played these beautiful things that touched me since I was for 25 years, and I got to sit in the room with them and just go, thank you so much. And oh God. All right. I probably will think of more things to say about Toto, but I'm a huge nerd when it comes to them. I wish I could write like them. I wish I could sing like Bobby Kimball. I wish I had this. And they're so good, and it's a shame that people only know 30 songs by them, because they're so much better than that. So definitely check out Turn Back. Definitely check out the 7th one. You'll probably get this one super cheap. This is a more guitar heavy record, but it's really good. And I guess that's it. If they come to your town, man, go see Toto, because they're gonna hang it up. They've hung it up twice. I guess that's all I got. I feel like I should have more to say, but I don't. Thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow, I'm ranking Bon Jovi and Def Leppard. It's going to be interesting, and I'm going to upset some of you. I am. And I don't mean to. I just want to be honest. I hope I didn't offend anybody with this also, with my ranking, but I thought it just made it more fun, right? Made it more fun? Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for listening to me geek out a little bit. And after today, we only have 11 artists/bands left, so we're almost done with this. And then you can stop listening to me. All right, guys. Do I have anything else to say? I don't know. Get Lucky. Get Lucky. Get Lucky by Melissa Etheridge. And, yeah. Toto's a great band. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Oh, I'm going to pitch my site. Yeah, here we go. There's my website. I got my own records. Perspective was more in line with Toto. I had a couple more songs on Perspective that were more like Toto, but that and Promise, check them out. And that's all I got. See you guys soon. Thanks. Bye, guys.